sense of autonomy over your own body, just a deeper sense of understanding of what you're moving, where, how, and why. Do this, supplement what you're doing with this so that you don't feel like if we come into a situation where you're working out at home, seeing for clients working with them on Zoom, is that this has forced them to have a deeper sense of internal listening. Because I'm not in the room, because they aren't in the room with an instructor, because they aren't leaning on and depending on someone telling them what their body should or should not be feeling, they have to go inside and explore that. They have to have that experience for themselves. And so I am seeing their strength and their attunement to their own form go leaps and bounds. And that's not because they're just doing mat. It's because they're really having to listen. And I'm seeing them make really good choices about when they decide to push themselves and when they decide to reel it back, because they're listening to their body. And that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, I don't give a shit about teaching people Pilates so that they look cute in their bikini. I just want you to fucking move well. I just want you to feel like you own your body and not feel like you need to have an instructor riding around on your shoulder all the time telling you to maintain neutral or to pull up.
What you're using
to pull up. Exactly.
Like, are you using shoulder blades? Are we talking about the thoracic spine? Are we talking about the shirt collar that you like?
Exactly.
Or are we talking about...
And when I've had a client say something like, well, I'm not a dance person and I'm not a physical, moving person, so I just don't think that way. I just think about it. I was like, well, you maybe you just don't think that way yet. You don't think that way yet. It's like a lot of people don't live in their bodies. We know that, right? Because we see them come in and they don't live in their bodies. They're up here. They live up here, and that's one of our goals, is to get them down here and transfer all of that thought throughout. So I try to explain it. I'm like, no, it's almost like you've had a roommate. Okay, you've had a roommate your entire life, and that roommate happens to speak just a different language, or maybe they speak English but with a really thick accent. Okay, and you've spent a really long time just kind of glossing over certain words that they say. And now you're trying to retrain your ear to actually understand exactly what they're saying, to dissect those sounds and hear them. And that's what getting into your body and listening to it is.
Yeah, and that's what I've also discussed in previous P's and Q's, where I've talked about, and I think it was my last one actually, where I said, do we want to get better at Pilates, or do we want to get better at what the exercises in Pilates are trying to get us to do?
Right.
Well, like, which one are we going for, or what is our end goal then?
Yeah, I'm like, let's not be concerned with this shape that you think determines whether or not you are good or bad at Pilates. I want you to be good at human, okay?
Yeah, human first.
Yeah, good at human means that your wrists work, and then because your wrists work, you get to do something like control balance front or up stretch. But ultimately, I want your wrists to work so that if you trip while you're playing with your grandkids, those things pop out. And I don't care if your leg pops out behind you and comes into a perfect plantar flex toe and lifts up behind you. That would be great. That would be great if that's how you chose to catch yourself from a fall at the park. But I really just want this. I want this, and I want this to turn on as safely as possible, right? And then this too, and then this too as well, and then all of this. Yeah?
On top of that, if you give a person who doesn't have the risk, you're working on building up wrist capacity, but they're not quite there yet. If you give them a alternative position to do it in, say elbows, that they know there's a reason for it, that it maybe will motivate them to continue trusting you with their wrist work. And 3, it'll still give them that ability to challenge with skill that's appropriate for them. So it gives you a better sense of progressions or modifications that you can use that would still benefit them.
Yeah, to that, with the building of the autonomy within clients, that way when they have that internal dialogue, they have that internal understanding, they don't see a modification as a sign of defeat or incapability. They see that as, I am maxing out my potential on this given day. That's That's
and still reaping the benefits of it.
And still reaping the benefits and progressing as a result.
Yes.
It's not because I'm bad, it's because I'm this good at taking care of myself.
Yeah, exactly. That's you nailed it, Sasha, very, very nicely. The P's and Q's are really about talking about with an extreme love for Pilates. But with this additional, and I think what you're saying is right on the spot, like autonomy and just for me, it's really about joint like I just want you healthy. I just want all of your stuff to work nicely, and then when you come here and we challenge stuff, you feel that perfect state of challenge and skill, and we can continue to progress your health of your body. And it's not about you need to fit in this Pilates exercise and you need to fit this position and this, you know, with this range and, you know, all the stuff that goes within this one set of exercises. This is really about what am I using this exercise? What am I challenging with this exercise? Do they have the components to do this exercise? If not, what modifications can I do that still gives them enough challenge to work with the skill that they're at and continue from there?
Yay!
High five!